Welcome to another episode of Who You Are. I'm your host, Abdurrahman Sahaf, and I'm pleased to announce this one's very close to my heart because it's very primarily art and culture focused. I am with Bahrain's finest filmmaker, Ali Fingerz. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
How was that intro?
That was the pressure is on, I guess.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was trying to formulate it in a way that, made sure it acclimated to all of your credentials.
I appreciate it. It's very kind of you,
Yeah.
and thanks. I'm all bashful now.
And actually, funnily enough, today's the first day that I learned that there's a difference between film director and filmmaker.
Yes.
I feel like for someone who's in the scene, partially, I still don't know these details.
I guess it took me a while to figure that out as well.
Right.
There's a lot of misconceptions about, especially with people that don't come from the field or haven't
Right.
had a lot of experience working within it. A lot of people mistake the differences between a producer and a director, for example. As a filmmaker, the idea is it encompasses many disciplines
It's multifaceted.
within film. Exactly.
Right,
So a filmmaker could be a producer, could be a writer, could be a director, could be a grip
So you're sort of like a Swiss Army knife.
in a way.
That's cool,
In
man.
a way.
Yeah.
Especially in the independent world, right?
Right.
So if I'm working studio gigs, if I'm the director, all the major studios are coming up to me to direct this and direct that, then I would lean more towards the director side of things as a title. But because I primarily work independently, I put on different hats for different
Right.
projects.
And I'm sure it took a lot of time to really be able to wear all those hats and really, chisel your craft.
Yeah, and it's a work in progress. You never stop learning. The day you think you're done learning is the day you're done.
Every person who I've met who has had some form of major accomplishment has had that mentality. And I think that's something that you really need to have deep rooted in your DNA.
Alhamdulillah. I wasn't born with it.
Right.
I learned it the hard way. Because the minute you feel like, yeah, I know it all, that's when something happens and crushes you, right? Like,
Right.
no, I didn't know it all. I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep I guess this is what I tell myself, like stay fresh, stay open to learn from as many people and experiences as possible.
Yeah, and I guess taking it way back, maybe to the early beginnings, I want to ask who inspired your career path?
So I believe I've lived different lives within
Right.
the same lifespan, right? Because when you say career, I've kind of transitioned from one area to the next. Professionally speaking, and when I say professionally, I mean got hired, got paid a certain fee to do a certain job.
Right.
It started with stand-up comedy.
Okay.
I was one of the first generation of Khaliji stand-up comics. This
Yeah.
would be 2006 or 7.
Okay.
I just got back from college in Ireland, and I was doing a lot of open mics over there. And I was heavily inspired by comedians like Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Billy Connolly,
Yeah.
like the OGs, you know what I mean? So when I got back here, this is when the Axis of Evil tour was happening, and they were looking for local acts
Oh, just around that time.
around that time.
Okay.
So I was one of the people that kind of auditioned, and they liked me, and then that opened up a trajectory for me that got me in rooms with major comedians.
Yeah.
And every time we'd perform, I do a thing, write a set, go up on stage, with a lot of research, of course. So I want to do stand up. So a lot of books, a lot of YouTube tutorials, a lot of inspiration. بس إن I'd build it, and every time I'd meet someone, they'd be like, "Okay, you have what it takes to."
Right.
So on to the next one. And they weren't all good shows. They weren't all, "Yeah, you're great." No, they were like, I have no idea.
But you still did them.
Alhamdulillah.
Right.
And that's the thing, right? Perseverance and consistency. Stand up got me to a point where I was invited to act on people's short films, commercials here and there.
Yeah.
And within my stand up routine, I did a lot of accents. So that got me into voice acting.
Wow. Okay.
There was a show that we did at the Regency, I believe. It was the Arabian Nights of Comedy. And I was approached by a marketing agency that said, "Hey, we like the voices you do. Could you do like have you ever done a cartoon? Can you do a cartoon?" I was like, "Yeah, sure I can. I've never done a cartoon in my
So
life."
you always said yes to any opportunities that came through.
I'd say yes. I'd get given a deadline, put the fire under me basically,
And you got to
then
figure it out.
figure out how to swim.
That's amazing.
Did that cartoon that aired on BTV actually? It was called Samir Azuz.
Oh, I got to watch that.
That was me. So I wrote that, I directed it, and I did all the voices. 2 out of 3 voices for that. This was 2008, maybe 2009.
Wow.
So that put me in touch with local filmmakers, regional directors. I got exposed to that until I got to a point where I realized that every project I was on, I'd have ideas, but I'd get shut down in a nice way.
Okay.
We're here to act. We don't want your ideas. We just want you to do what we want you to do.
Right.
So I put it in my head that, I'd like to tell the story instead of become a tool in somebody else's story.
So you almost felt like, as much as you appreciate what you're doing, what you're involved in, you wanted to navigate on your own terms
I wanted
and
more.
paint your own picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd come in, like it'd be like a 2-week shooting schedule and I'd get a day.
Yeah.
And I'd love it. I'd be on set and I wanted to, hey, what does this do? What does that do? I was mesmerized by the process, and it was very mysterious.
Yeah.
I think so that transitioned me from a stand-up comedian to a quasi-actor, I suppose. And it just, inspiration is life. Until I acted in a short in Abu Dhabi called A Heated Interview with Image Nation and Studio 2454. After that, I was like, I got to do it. So
Yeah.
I really have to do it. Borrowed a camera from Bara Abdullah. I don't know if you guys know Bara.
Shout out, right? Yeah, might as well, right?
I still have his camera.
Are we ever giving it back, or is it memorabilia now?
I mean, I don't think he wants it back, right? So
I think it's part of your story. You got to keep that,
yeah, and then it was just one thing after the other. I know your question was what inspired me. I'm trying to find what it is that actually did inspire me. I think it was just I was never satisfied with the status quo.
Right.
I've had the day job. I've went to the schools. I went to universities. I've tried to do the corporate route, but there was always a part of me that wanted to express.
Yeah. And you created your own pathway for that expression.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And this is a bit of a deviation. But speaking about characters, and I know you mentioned cartoons as well, who's one fictional character that you swear is a copy of you?
Fictional character?
Yeah. It could be a cartoon, it could be in a movie, it could be, even a book.
Like someone like, this is me.
Yeah. That sounded like Mario.
Could be Mario. No, I would say that's a tough one, man. Like a fictional. I read a lot. I read a lot of fiction, a lot of fantasy fiction, but I think I would go towards. I don't know. There's so many because right now this is a tough question, man.
Right.
It's a very tough question. A fictional character that I would. Rufus from Dogma.
I like that. You see, I like that.
Rufus was the 13th apostle in Dogma.
I like
It
that.
was played by Chris Rock. This was a Kevin Smith film. Yeah, I would say, I don't know, he just popped up in my head.
I
So.
like that. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta go with
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, being in different circles, kind of wearing multiple hats, like you said, I want to ask, who's the most surprising person you've ever been starstruck by? Like someone you've looked at, or you've been in a conversation, you've been in rooms with a lot of influential people. Was there that one person that you were like, wow?
For a time, I worked for a company called Your Files, and it was like this predates the social media revolution, I would say, and I met 3 people during my time there that really kind of put it in my mind that I could really do what I want.
Yeah.
The first one was a gentleman named John Barnes. John Barnes produced Thriller.
Okay.
So he's done a lot of Michael Jackson work. He
Like
passed
Michael
away.
Jackson Thriller?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the time. This is when Michael Jackson was living in Bahrain, right?
Okay,
there was
around
a
that
lot
time.
around that time, and John Barnes was here, and we met here, and by then I had already started doing stand up, and it was, and he said to me, like, you're doing what Pryor did back in the day with your stand up, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, he said the same thing to my cousin DJ Outlaw. And he said, "You're
Right.
doing what Dre used to do back in the day,
Wow.
selling tapes out of the backs of cars. So you do what you do, and you keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you will hit it." We haven't reached that point yet, right? John Barnes, I would say, would be number one. Behi, met him through that same camp group of people. Behi is Jay-Z's cousin.
Wow.
Again, through the same group of people who came down here. And I would say the third would be Omid Jalili. Omid Jalili is a British Iranian stand-up comedian. I opened for him in 2009 in Bahrain at the Gulf Hotel, I think.
Okay.
And after my set, He pulled me aside and he said, "You're likable on stage. Seems like you have something to say. Just keep doing it. Just keep experimenting. Study the greats. Learn. Watch. When you watch something funny or when you watch something that you like, don't just watch it and like it. Analyze it and understand why you like it.
Understand the nuances behind that
What
emotion.
is it that
Yeah.
attracts you to that
Right.
joke, to that movie, to that TV show? Why is it exciting for you to watch this? And once you can decode that, then you can bring that into your own work and kind of emulate or use the same techniques.
It's a beautiful process for sure. I think being able to watch something, study it, analyze it, and then, refine it and chisel it into a way that might work for your profession or your respective field. And speaking of that,
Sorry, I'll go back. There has to be a fourth person on that list.
yes, let's do it.
Orlando Jones.
Okay.
Have you seen Evolution?
Rings a bell.
Have you seen American Gods?
Yes, yes.
He's a Nancy,
Okay.
Mr. Nancy.
That's him.
That's Orlando Jones. And again, I met him with the same
Same
camp,
kind of circle.
same circle with John Barnes and with Behi and them. Orlando was there, and when I got my scholarship to get my master's in LA, I moved there and I reached out to him and said, "Hey, Orlando, I'm in Los Angeles. It'd be nice to catch up with you."
Right.
And he called me and we got onto a 2-hour phone call. And he really drilled home the idea of the power of narrative. He said, "You're here. You're in film school. You're learning the art and craft of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Stay true to your voice,
Right.
and you can do it. Just because you're not from here, just because you're from Bahrain, just because you come from an island that very few people have heard about,
Right.
with not much of an industry, or talking establishment wise, does not mean that you have nothing to say.
Yeah, passion is universal.
So own it, and again, hone it."
Right.
So it was the same message given to me by 4 different people.
We gotta put that on a t-shirt, man. Own it and hone it.
I like it.
That's a quotable right there.
Copyrighted, huh?
Oh, I can't steal it now?
I get 400 fills for every shirt sold.
So can I get 600?
Sure.
Oh, hey, man, look at that.
We're selling shirts for $1.
Hey, look at that, man. Pick a number between 1 to 3.
8.
A.
8, I said.
8.
I'm just messing. 1 to 3?
Yeah.
2?
2. All right. This is called Recast It, and I think it's very fitting. So, I'm going to give you a couple options, and we can choose it, right? So we can recast The Office with famous chefs. We can recast Friends starring Marvel superheroes. Recast Game of Thrones with legendary rock stars. Or The Crown as pop icons. Which one, Harry?
Let's go Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Okay, Game of Thrones with legendary rock stars. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1 and get the ball rolling. 3, 2, 1.
You got to give me a character so I can tell you who I'd cast for.
Okay, I mean, there's Jon Snow, for example.
Jon Snow? I would give Jon Snow's character to James Hetfield.
Really?
Or actually Lars.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like he's got a lot to prove.
Fair enough, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. I always get the pronunciation wrong. Is it Tyrion or Tyrion?
I think it's Tyrion. So
Tyrion.
I read the books before the show.
Okay,
So when the show came out, they pronounced the names in a different way than what I did in my head.
yeah.
But I'd still call it Tyrion.
Okay, who are we casting Tyrion?
Tyrion? Rockstar?
Mm-hmm.
But he'd have to be a little person, right?
You'd imagine that at least. Or you can
I
go
mean, in the
against...
book, it was written like that.
You can go against the norm.
But if
and
we go
say,
against the norm, I would give it to Ozzy Osbourne.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, man.
Because he knows things.
He knows things indeed. Right. Are there any other characters we're missing out on?
Queen Cersei?
Yeah. Who Lady... Oh. You know what? You're a man of taste, man. I could tell. I was hoping you were going to bring up Lady Gaga,
Cool.
and you did it, man. There you go.
Oh, she's a genius, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's kind of multifaceted as well. She does like a whole bunch of stuff, right?
And she's very smart. The way she broke in, the way she cultivated a following, the way she went from like she won the audience before she won studios, right? She built it from the ground up, and that's why she has like an army of a fan base to this day, whether she releases something or not.
Yeah, people are a big fan of her, and I think she's been in quite a lot of different industries. And speaking of industries, You wake up famous in another industry. Where are you now? And what are you now?
In another industry?
Yeah, so it's not film, it's something else. You could be a javelin guy. I feel like you throw a mean javelin.
Professional darts player.
Yep. Yeah. See, in my mind, it involved throwing something. I was thinking javelin, but you were thinking darts.
Yeah, because I'm a little guy, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
man, look, little is subjective. You know what I mean? Okay, you're hosting a late night show. Who's your first dream guest and why?
Late night show, I would bring, like locally speaking or like...
It could be anyone. You give me a local answer, give me an international one. Why not?
Locally speaking, I would bring in a musician, a local musician.
Right.
Any local musician. I would even go with Mohammed Al Haddad, for example.
Okay, yeah.
I would definitely host him and kind of get to know him, like the man behind the music, because he's kind of soft spoken. He's not out there with what he says and everything. I'd really want to know how his brain ticks.
You want to go into the nitty gritty kind of stuff. I love that.
Internationally speaking, on late night, who would I talk to and why?
Mm-hmm.
I would bring in. Just give me a second, right? Because there's
a lot of different
candidates in my
people.
head.
Yeah. It's like you got to shortlist
Who
it.
do I really want to talk to? I would bring in an author, Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb wrote a series of books called the first trilogy was the Farseer trilogy.
Okay.
And the Farseer trilogy is basically what inspired Game of Thrones.
We're going back to Game everything leads to Game of Thrones, huh?
It does. And again, I really, if you like that, I think you should read the Farseers.
Okay.
And what she did was, like, imagine, like, the plot in Game of Thrones is like a spaghetti bowl.
Yeah.
In the Farseers, it's a pretzel.
Oh, look at that,
So
man.
it's smaller, more contained,
Humble
clearer.
beginnings.
Yeah, and I believe it was what's his name, the creator of Game of Thrones, right? Martin, G.R. Martin, G.R.R.
Yeah.
Martin. What he said about Robin Hobb's books was, in an ocean of zircon, Robin Hobb's books are tiny specks of diamonds.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So he gave her homage, her credit.
Right.
It wasn't lifted completely. It wasn't a copy paste situation. But if you read that, you'll see the relationships.
That's beautiful, man. You got me thinking about books right now.
I'm a nerd.
I like that. I like that. Because me too. Because, for me, I'm doing my PhD right now. Cool. So my reading is a bit more academic. But every now and then, I like to read some fiction. You know what I mean? To kind of stimulate your mind a little bit. Right. And speaking of books, you're writing a book tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. What's the title and the subject?
You're throwing zingers at me.
I know, right? I could go for a zinger right now.
I'm writing a book.
Yeah. What's the title? What's the subject?
Fatherhood.
Fatherhood.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Guilt.
Okay.
My son's almost 3.
MashaAllah.
And being a dad changed me. But the motivation behind it all is the guilt of being a parent.
Right.
Like, you oversleep and your kid needs a nappy change and it's on you. Right? You take your eyes off him for a second and he falls and bumps his head, that's on you.
Right. It's accountability. Being there and having to do those things.
Yeah.
Out of love, obviously. Yeah.
Out of love, absolutely. And God bless the child that can hold his own, right?
Yeah.
It's a life-changing phase, right? I'm a different guy because of my son. Now, if it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't be able to analyze it and own it because of the support that she has for us and the way she is who she is. But between me and the kid, there's a lot of guilt involved, and you relive past childhood trauma, right?
Right.
Like, I don't want to traumatize my kid
The way that you may have been traumatized.
Exactly. But the reality of the matter is, we do traumatize our children, whether we want to or not.
Maybe just in different ways, right?
I believe that human beings are walking complexities of trauma. There's a theory called, that's actually a movie too, and you should watch it. It's called The 400 Blows.
Okay.
It's a black and white French film. And the idea behind that is children do not graduate into adulthood until they go through a series of 400 blows.
All right.
So these blows could be emotional, psychological, physical. We are shaped by trauma.
We're kind of molded by it in a
Exactly.
way. Yeah.
And the point of life is to kind of decode yourself and untangle these things that you have hidden deep inside of you.
That's amazing. You know, when I woke up today, I was not anticipating this amount of depth.
I'm sorry.
No, I like it. I like it. Because, you know, I'm always doom scrolling on my phone. You know, it's a nice break. I feel like I hit F5 on life. Here's a refresh. I love that, man.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, you picked A and 8 before. I'm going to give you different options now. It's 1 to 4.
3.
3. Oh, wow, that was quick. Oh, okay, 3 it is. What's the last thing you watched?
Recently, the Dune Prophecies, the HBO show.
All right.
I finished the last episode yesterday.
Hey, there you go. So fresh off the boat, right? All right. What's the last thing you texted?
I texted Fatima saying I'm on my way.
All right. I like that. Hey, that's transparency, right? I like that. What's the last thing you liked on social?
An interview with Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the last thing you laughed at?
myself every day.
How does that work? You just wake up in the morning, you're just like, hey.
I do dumb stuff sometimes, and if I don't laugh at myself, I'll regret it for the rest of the day.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, broke something. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I heard as well that like if you laugh at things and you're smiling, it does impact your day in a positive sense.
You basically lie to yourself and you kind of program it into your day.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that if it gets the job done, right?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. What's the last thing you bought online?
Last thing I bought online.
I guess food delivery counts as well.
Books.
Books.
Yeah.
Okay.
got-
See, I was thinking food delivery because I last thing I got was a burrito. But I like your answer
No,
better.
books. Because the last delivery I got, I called them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It
So.
wasn't online.
Oh,
right?
you're a call kind of guy?
Yeah, I like human interactions.
You guys still exist in 2024?
There's about 4 or 5 of us left. Yes.
I love that, man. So how do you feel when you call and you're like, hey, man, give me a pasta with extra cheese and, lettuce, tomatoes?
It feels great. It feels wonderful, especially when you have complex orders.
Oh,
Know this, know that. I don't do tomatoes. I don't do mayo. I don't do. So sometimes applications won't give you those options.
yeah, you just don't have the creative freedom.
And accountability, right? Because if they get it wrong, you can call them back and say, "Look, I told you. I said I don't want no tomatoes."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you can pull up the call and be like, hey, man, look,
Exactly.
they must be recorded or something
Exactly.
for quality assurance. Yeah, I love that.
But no, I got books. I can tell you exactly which book. It's called "You've Got Red on You."
All right.
It's the making of the Shaun of the Dead. How Shaun of the Dead was made.
I love
so I
that.
ordered that online.
Okay. And are you someone who thrives on chaos or do you prefer things planned out?
Like in general,
Yeah, just on a day-to-day life thing.
I like to have plans and routines because my life is chaotic. If I don't have those routines, those very strict, rigid steps towards what I want to do,
Yeah.
then I lose myself to the
So
chaos.
it brings you order and it brings you structure. Yeah. And are you still in touch with your childhood best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name and how is he special to you?
I mean, there's a bunch of them, right? But Ahmed Al-Anzour, I would say, is one of them. He's a physiotherapist, and he's the dude that just gets all the jokes.
Okay.
Faisal Al-Zain is another one, and video games. There's like the whole group. There's about 20 or 30 of us,
Right.
and the ones that are still in Bahrain would be 5 or 6.
Okay.
The rest of us kind of.
I like that though, man. It's like when you're trying to cast a diverse group of people. You've got a filmmaker, a physiotherapist. I'm sure you got another weird
But that's the beauty of being in Bahrain.
It's so many different beautiful people that come together with their own respective
For
things.
for such a small place, it's so diverse. Not just in what types of people we're talking, like the subcultures or the ethnicities, if you would, but even interests.
Yeah.
Like you get your groups of friends who love football and everything is football. but that's not everyone, right?
Yeah.
Our interests are so vast. And because we're an island right in the center of planet Earth,
Right.
we are exposed and are influenced by the entire planet. So, like, I grew up watching Hollywood films and, Chinese films.
Yeah, you got a bit of both, right? Bit of
Like,
everything, actually.
So I think Bahrain is very special in that way, that you get to cultivate your own mix of things and you choose what you want, and nobody's the wiser.
Hey, I want to pause everything right now and give you bonus points because you just said my favorite word to ever exist. You said cultivate. I wanted to thank you personally. I love that word, man. That is my
Right on.
go-to word. If you were asking me on your late night show, Abdurrahman Sahaf, what's your favorite? I have to say cultivate.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I just wanted to express my appreciation.
You're a wonderful credit to my self-esteem.
All right, I need to ask you this because I found myself guilty of doing this quite frequently. Are you the kind of person who talks to pets like they're people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, really?
Absolutely. Pets are people.
Okay.
They get us.
They do.
Understand, yeah.
Sometimes more than humans.
I've got a British bulldog in the house. His name's Elvis.
Oh my! I need to meet
Because
Elvis,
of the
man.
way his hips wobble.
Does he
when
sway?
Yeah.
All right.
He's got arthritis, but
Oh man, bless him.
it was funny at the time until we realized it was arthritis. But-
Okay.
So Elvis understands me. We also have a cat in the house, and his name's Bean. We call him Bean al-La'in because he's just evil. And the reason why we call him Bean is because when he was about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks old, he jumped into a bowl of bajilla
Wow.
and smelt like beans for a week. So his name's Bean. But we talk to them and they understand.
If that cat went anywhere in the world, I'm sure they would know that's a Bahraini cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's a street cat. Yeah.
I love that.
My sister rescued him from a Shih Tzu's mouth.
Okay.
And the idea was we're going to take care of him and nurse him back to health and then send him on his way.
But then you're like, no, we got to keep.
But yeah, he's still there 5 years later.
I love that. Does Elvis like peanut butter?
Elvis loves peanut butter, but you know what his favorite snack is?
What is it?
Cucumbers.
Okay. Yo, you got to try peanut butter on the cucumber.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Let me know how that works.
I will. I will.
Thank you very much, Ali, for being part of this episode. I must say, not only am I hungry for peanut butter, but I am hungry for more success, for reading more, for being a student of the culture, and to never stop learning, irrespective of whatever my creative path may be.
Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to meet you and the team. And I think this was a wonderful little, break from my mundane day to day.
Hey, there you go. We got to celebrate with with a peanut butter milkshake now, I think.
Absolutely. Well done. Well
Yes,
done, guys.
sir.
Thank you.
All right. That was another episode of Who You Are. I'm your host, Abdurrahman Sahaf. I had the pleasure of interviewing Ali Fingerz. Stay tuned for the next episode.